I first got interested in kart racing when I was on holiday in Cornwall with my family, and my mum and dad decided to take me karting for my 5th birthday and see if I enjoyed it or not. And in matter of fact, I did enjoy it, and they realised I could drive. So I persuaded my dad to take me to a regular kart circuit called M4 Karting, which I enjoyed going there, and I got quite quick around there. So on one occasion my dad told me if I could beat a certain lap time of 40 seconds, he would buy me my own kart. And I beat it by 4 seconds, so that's where it all started, really. Karting is different to sports like football or rugby because of the big risk issue. If you do get hurt, it's going to be a lot worse than what you will get in football, because you're either going to fly out your car or you're going to flip, and the kart will land on you, which will hurt. I had a nasty accident when I was 10, competing in the Rissington Championship in October 2014. I was following my friend Josh through the pack, and unfortunately he got turned in on, and I had nowhere to go but into him. I hit him and ended up flipping my car about 6 times in the air, but I ended up coming out over the steering wheel with some internal bleeding. The doctors told me that I couldn't get back into the kart for at least 6 weeks, but after the 4-week period, me and my dad went for a practice session at Clay Pigeon just to see if I was happy in the kart, which I was. And after another 2 weeks, we ended up racing again. I spent 3.5 years in cadets, but recently I've just moved up to Junior TKM, and the difference is that the cadet was a 4-stroke and the Junior TKM is a 2-stroke with a power band, which makes it a lot quicker at the corners. Sponsors are really important to me because, unlike football or rugby, karting is a very expensive sport with the engine rebuilds, new engines, tyres, race entries, and even the little things like buying food and fuel. But to progress my career in motorsport, we would like to do Super 1 next year, which will cost a lot more than what we're doing at the moment, and we need the sponsors. Over my karting career, I've managed to win 27 trophies. 2 of them are championship finalist trophies, both from Rissington. One of them is a most improved Honda driver from Landau, and another one is a best endeavours from Rissington.
Which trophies give you the most satisfaction?
It's quite obvious which is this one from Dunkswell. It's the Southwest Championships, which I won recently and managed to get 2nd place, and it basically gives drivers a chance to win a certain plate, and I was close to winning that.
He's dedicated himself to a sport that he clearly loves, and you can't fault his determination and what he's achieved. I mean, the trophies that are there on the table, you know, speak for themselves. He's gone from being quite a quiet, shy lad into a proper little sports person, mingling with all his fellow competitors and the banter and everything else that goes with that. So we've kind of turned it into a holiday experience in a way. We don't go on big holidays, we don't go abroad. What we do is every other week we take the whole family away, we take the caravan, we try and make it a whole family adventure, so that we're all involved. His sister supports him, his mum supports him, they're all cheering from the sidelines. Obviously I do all the mechanicking, so it does become a family hobby. The biggest challenge is obviously a financial one. I've got a wife that's competitive in other sports, we've got mortgage to pay, general household bills. This isn't a cheap sport. I mean, if he'd chosen football or rugby, it's a football kit and a pair of boots once a year. He's definitely a lucky lad to have been able to have done what he's done before. Most of that's been thanks to sponsorship that we've had along the way. Ideal Displays from Swindon have been very good. They've sponsored Louis for a long time now, and they're hoping to continue to offer their support. Forces Reunited, they bought us a big awning to keep us out of the weather, which obviously has got all their, some branding on. We still need to get some sides for it, so there's plenty of branding opportunities for the sides. He's also a Demon Tweaks driver and a Power Max racing driver, which it's an agreement with them so that if he does well, he gets a discount from buying stuff through Demon Tweaks. And with Power Max Racing, if he does well, they give us some free cleaning products and things like that. So it's all, even the little levels of sponsorship help. The higher he progresses, the more the costs go up. So sponsorship as we move forward, it's been key for a while, but it's going to be more and more important to further his career. I wouldn't personally go to the trouble of trying to get sponsorship, working extra hours to get him to race, if you could clearly see that he didn't have the talent there. He has got the talent, it's been recognised, he's proved it, and recently since his move to TKM he's had a number of team managers and other parents that have turned around and said how well he's done. He has to pick up in a new class, a lot quicker, faster karts, and go straight in at a competitive level. Not even, we expect him to be running at the back for 6 months, but he went straight in, mid-pack, straight to the front within no time at all, and podium positions. So, those people that have encouraged him, and they've all said, he can go places with this sport if he wants to, and he definitely wants to. To be able to move up into the Super 1 series, we need some additional things. We need a second engine, a good performing engine, so we need to buy one of those. We've obviously got to pay the race entry fees. Super 1 has got its own rules and regulations in terms of tyres. You have to have a brand new set of tyres for every race to try and keep the racing competitive. You have to get your fuel from certain places. So it's all the sponsorship money will go towards paying for those additions that we would need. We still need to do a certain level of club racing as well, to go to the tracks that Louis hasn't been to before, to get that experience for Super 1. So it's not just the Super 1 funding we need to find, it's the rest of the funding to support the whole Super 1 series and all the support races.
In order for me to progress my karting future, I'd like to enter the Super 1 series, which is broadcasted on Sky Motors TV channel. It's the Formula 1 of karting, and if I do well in this championship and get a top 10 finish, I will get a seeded number, which is a number plate under 10, which shows everyone that you've done well in the Super 1 championship.